You are now about to witness
Knicks real talk, just enter the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't use our YouTube frugal with stats as usual fact. It's your man, the brand is hands on, going hard like calluses. Who style this? Aiming at your mental with the game analysis. On a pregame show, read the script, you know we get it like crypto. In the rip though, I side really cryptic, we locked them from the get go. On the Knicks show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like salt, the KRT strip club leading up to tip off. We flew by confident, put your Nick content in beast mode like our charm. We a cheat code, we roll the ball too far for you to reach on. We get our teach on the show that's fire. Prior to Knicks going to the wire, hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, Korea popped up from the third eye, you heard why. It's the #1 pregame show that's hitting like Soto. But picture the photo of your bro to the lens of that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding in the orange and blue skies. In the Metropolitan, we connect in the vets go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming, I made the platform with passion. Fans asking who the creed that's in the building killing this Nick kid assassin.
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
Yo, salute everybody. What's good, man? Salute, salute, salute. We are in the building for another one, man. It's Divine Shot Powers, Knicks, Indiana, Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis today, man. They can go down there, try to get another win, man, for they can get back off this coast, this road trip, get back on over to the Garden on Sunday, man, against the Warriors. So I'm excited to be in the building as always, man. Getting closer to the end of the season, man. So, we only got 14 games left, 13 after tonight. So we just got to go out here and try to win everything we can, man. But let me bring my partner in the building. We can really get this thing popping. Shaw Power was good, my bro.
Salute to you, Divine, as always. Salute to the family in the chat. Let's get it.
Yo, let's get it, man. What's good, everybody in the chat? Johnny Davis was popping. Darren was popping. David Haas Jr. was good, my man. And DR Rodriguez was good. DeVal, good to see everybody. Thank y'all for coming in. Friday Night Knicks on KRT, on MSG. I ain't superstitious, so after Friday the 13th and all that crazy mess. John McDonald, Mr. Tito's, what's popping, my brother? We in the building, man. We just about here to break this thing down, man. It's Indiana Pacers. Obviously, this team always leaves a bad taste in our mouth, regardless if we beat them or not. We still haven't got over that thing with the last two second and third round X's against these dudes the last couple of years. So bad as much as even though this team is at the lower echelon, 15th in the worst team in the East. But to us, they like the first team because we cannot stand these jokers, man. Real talk. We got to go out there tonight, treat them just like that, man. They decimated like crazy. They lost a caliber players like Halliburton to run for the season, but they still got guys down there who can play basketball, making no mistake about it. So we ain't taking no pity on them tonight. Go on there and beat them up and get up out of here. Get on back to MSG on Sunday, man. I know the Knicks been on the road for about a week. They're ready to get home. Shot Powers, just a lot of road traveling. But at the same thing, they hope they can end up this road trip 3-2. We wanted 4-1 or better, but things happen, and it is what it is. But a piece of the God, a lot wide, good, God, peace. Shot Powers, it's just another game on the doctrine. But this team is not going nowhere, but anywhere towards the lottery. But at the same time, it don't matter because of the rivalry we sustained over the last 20, 25 years. Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing, you name it. You know what I mean? All the way up to now. Carmelo Anthony, Roy Hibbert, all that stuff. Now we have the Halliburton and all these guys. So we always come. These guys always mean something special when we play these guys, man. Regardless of where they at in the standards, but it's a rivalry that's been around since I've been watching the Knicks in so many years. So hopefully we won't treat it no different tonight, regardless of who in there they get it popping. Let me give a big shout out to Met Knicks fan. Let's go, especially my sister Cheyenne. What's good, sister? I hope all is well over there where you at. Be safe and all that good stuff. Man, love. See you when you get back to the spot. Shaw Powell, man, we just gotta go ahead and beat up these cats tonight, man, for sure.
Yeah, this team just fake have our number, you know what I mean? They just know how to play us and get under our skin. And even when they were down and out early in this season, they took a toll to us. So let's end this. I don't think we play them no more this year. I'm not sure. But at least for this game, let's beat them, punch them in the mouth, and get them out of here quick, fast, in a hurry. Even with the supposed people that's going to be out tonight, I want us to get out there and just handle this team, and then can't lose. Some teams, it's easier to lose to. Is there certain teams that really, when you lose some, you be like, "Arr!" You know what I mean? So this is one of those teams for me.
Yeah, facts. Hey, a lot of I was riding around with you the other night. I had 130, I think it was. I think it was 130 something, but I didn't expect him to give up 117. But you was on point with that 134 though. That just goes to show you, man. All I seeing up in that piece, man. Real talk. But yeah, Shop, we just got to continue to grind, man. Like you said, we don't lose to a team like this, man. This team is like. That's like me losing to my little brother or something, you know what I mean? Fuck, you know what I mean? You can't beat me in this like that. I'll be upset if I had a little brother beat me in a certain type of game. So, but that's how you feel about these guys, man. We just got to go out there and win this game, man. I think we got to beat them handily like we did. The Utah Jazz. We just got to go out there and beat these guys and get up out of there, man. Like I said, they NBA players. We ain't gonna disrespect them and nothing like that. But regardless of who don't play for the Knicks tonight, they got a lot of guys out as well. So we're gonna go out there and just whoever's on the court, you play him, you get to go mano with them. And hopefully your stats at the end of the game wind up better than the other, and we got a W and they got an L. And that's what it is, man. I think the cats really go out there tonight and play ball, man. We might not have Big Cat tonight and Josh Hart, because I think my man sustained a little knee problem in that game. But other than that, I think it's all good though. D Ross was good. My man D Ross was good, my brother. Travel Vibes, my man. Hey Travel. That's why I didn't text you back in the comments. I was like, it's a little bit too early for me to get nervous. Travel Vibes, but I was spooky hour the other night though. But I did see your comments. I just didn't respond to you, bro, because I was like, I know Nick's gonna snap back and bust these boys up. But I did see your comment on Travel. I appreciate the comment too, my man, for real. I just didn't want to jump the gun too early on that comment, so I just chilled for a minute.
I do have to say, peace to Allah wise, man. Jokingly, that was the quote of the night, man. Zanzibar, you know what I mean? That was the funny part of the night. So and he went off. He did go off. I paid one game I watched him. It was like 2 games ago before they played us, and he was going off. I don't know, this guy could shoot, he could score. And then I remember saying, anyway, Zanzibar. Wow, what a name.
Hey, Shop House had texted me. He said, "Is Zanzibar going over?" I said, "Yeah, he clubbing." He clubbing for real. Yo, Paris was good. Paris, you ain't lying, man. Them hard and Naismith is our kryptonite, man. No cats.
Right.
They play them hard. They play the Knicks guards pretty hard over there. And them hard and they always try to go hard at Brunson, but Brunson wind up getting the best of them. But they make it hard on Jalen Brunson. But mostly not the time Jalen Brunson do wind up cooking them though. But they make it hard. That's a hard point that Paris that Jalen Brunson got to get on them hard and Naismith for sure. But let's hope that tonight, man, it don't be that hard. We can get out there, establish ourselves, get this victory, get on up out of there. I know they ready to get back to the East Coast, man, and get some home cooking, some home everything. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to really get it popping tonight, man. Because like I said, we got the Warriors on Sunday, 8:00, man. We got a chance with the schedule that we got coming up. Got a couple of tough games going back out there to OKC and the Houston Rockets. And obviously we got Boston Celtics somewhere in that mix, but the schedule gets a little lighter for us. It's all about jockeying for position anyway. For me, it's not so much who we lose. We don't want to lose no more games because we want to stay in. We want to get to that second seed and have home court advantage in most games. But a lot of teams are playing hot right now. Dave House, you're right, man. Miami playing good, Orlando playing good. So you got a lot of teams trying to make some noise. But I think we get back at it, man. I believe winning that game the other day. Just showed me the resiliency of the team. Like we supposed to beat these guys, no question about it. It wasn't no if and the buts. We would have lost to them. Dude, I would have been highly upset, but I didn't think that was going to be the case. I know they started shot out. They started off real sluggish from a defense standpoint, but in the second half they turned it up and they got it going, man. And then Big Cat and all them cats and Ananobi started doing the thing they was doing. the Warrior and them guys came to play, man. And obviously Jordan Clarkson lit the whole damn thing up. So that was good to see as well. Jordan Clarkson going back home to Indiana for at least for that, where he played the most of his career at that later stage of his career. When I had got a popping, man, he was dropping buckets. So I was like, okay, is he going to find a way to disrupt the lineup now in the Matrix or whatever? So who knows?
Yeah, the guys went off, and Clarkson was a big part of what they did well. You know, I mean, he went off over there, and that's what he's supposed to do. That's the whole time they gave a little shout out and all that other stuff, and it was great to see. You know what I mean? But the Knicks starting off slow. Oof. I wish we could have had the third and the fourth quarter be our first and second quarter, so the game would look the way we called it. You know what I mean, for the blowout. I mean, the first and second quarter, we've been starting off slow these last couple of games, and always got to get back into it and cut the lead, and then get the lead, then take the lead, and all that stuff. Let's get out there and let's start execute a little quicker. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, why they have such a slow start. I mean, it could be the movement of the ball in the beginning, getting that engine going and stuff like that. I Devon, sometimes I'm crazy, right? I sit by myself. I say, you know what the Knicks lineup is like? The Knicks lineup is like if you got an automatic start on your car and you forget to turn it on and it's 22 degrees outside and you get to your car and it's cold and you got to turn it on and sit in your car while it's freezing cold. That's what the Knicks do. That's what the Knicks offense is like. If you don't hit that automatic switch when you get in the car, you're like, all right, we ready to roll. And you forget to hit that auto switch, yeah, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna sit in your car till you warm up. But once you get running, once you get warmed up, it's on and popping. You ain't nothing stopping you. That's the way the Knicks defense for me feels. I mean, the Knicks offense feels to me the last couple of games. And we just gotta hit that auto switch. That's all.
Salute to the chat, man. I'm gonna open up the panel in a minute, bring a guest on the panel in a few seconds, man. Salute to the chat. Dave House, Rasu, what's good? APAP. Hopefully this weekend I have everything ready. My man Shop House got to do something for me. Then I hope I had a store open up, man, and then y'all can get and shop some merch. And we appreciate it.
Right. Now you said that.
Yeah, Nick Yak, what's good? Nick McMahon, let's go. What's good, man? Salute everybody in the building. But listen, man, y'all know this cat right here. I call him Mr. Analytic because he could break this thing down like no other, man. And he's on the show with us today. So I'm going to bring in Mr. One and Only, Mr. Fritz Jr. in the building. What's good, Mr. Fritz? What's popping, my man?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, Fritz?
How you doing today, man? You doing all right?
Doing all right. These Pacers, it looks like they really up for this game.
Yeah, it seems like they always up for it, man. They're like an enigma to me, man. I'm like, these guys, out of all these teams, Fritz, in the league, that like we know that okay, we could beat these guys on any given night. They just like a gnat to me, man. Like a gnat, just like it's like nonstop what he do. But I think tonight, hopefully we go out there and beat these guys like we supposed to, man, and get on back over to the Garden. But they NBA team, Fritz and Shop, you never take no team lightly because this definitely is the biggest trap game we had so far. You thought Utah was a trap game. This is a trap game because you go out there and take these guys lightly. They can go out there and Nemhart and them guys and Aaron Naismith and all the guys. They can make it kind of disruptive out there, man. And but I think our team is fighting for something more bigger than what they normally are right now this time of year. So I'm hoping the Knicks go out there tonight and just give it to these guys, man, and get on back over to the Garden for the Warriors Sunday. But like I said, they with Jay Huff and all them guys they got down there, Zubac and all these guys that came into the front fold, and they still going to play. They grown men. They're going to go hard in battle. So can't take them lightly tonight, but I think we go out there and really handle our business. I mean, I'm confident we go out there and beat them tonight. Just hopefully that it don't have me like I was the last game with Utah in the first half. Like, you left everything in Utah or in Clipper land, and they got together, man. But I think we'd be all right tonight, though.
Yeah, it's really interesting how all their important players that they're the pests and all. They only played them in the teens in the last game, so. They played hard, like ended the bench, but they really were like gearing up for us. So this is their competitive game. This is like Knicks versus Nets. Like you got some special energy for the team, so they got special energy for us. I just don't know if Jalen Brunson's competitive juices are as it could hurt us or it helps us sometimes. You just never know, like when he gets in these little battles.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, he get tunnel vision. I guess I would say. But we not believe in the captain, man. And like I said, the Knicks are where they are right now. Hopefully they could be better. But this team is to me is like I was telling Shaw early in the podcast. This goes back to Patrick Ewing and Reggie Miller. Like I said, Carmelo Anthony and Roy Hibbert and all these things. David West and all these guys. It's just one of them teams that, they are a true rival to the Knicks. Eastern Conference battles, Eastern Conference battle for all the years. And they done sent us home the last two playoffs. The last two teams that sent us home is them guys. They sent us home in the third round last year, sent us round in the second round the year before. So these guys has always been an enigma to us, man. But at the end of the day, I think because of with their situation with no Halliburton and all them guys, they not on our level. And I really believe the Knicks go out there and smack them boys around tonight, to be honest with you. Even though we missing Big Cat tonight, maybe no Josh Hart, but we got a deep team with some talented guys. I'm looking for the Warrior. Shohan might not play tonight neither because of illness, but we got enough depth on that team to go out there and kind of do what we're supposed to do. But the Knicks team is 25th in the league. 25th in the league in defense, 30th in offense. They 15th in the East. I'm not even trying to hit the Knicks go out there tonight and lose to these guys. I'll be so disappointed. I wouldn't know what to tell you because we got a team that's fighting for an ultimate goal, and these guys look like they're going to the lottery. No disrespect to them, but that's just a bad season they had without Halliburton and all these guys. So, Shop Howard, I think we just got to go out there and play Knicks basketball, get these guys up out of here, move on to the next for Sunday against the Warriors because I don't think these cats gonna – they are literally decimated, man. They got a lot of guys might not even play tonight. The Siakams, all of them might be out tonight. So I'm hoping that we just do what we do tonight, Shop Power, and go out there and win the game because we definitely don't want these cats to come out there and beat us tonight. I would have had Utah beat me last night for these guys to beat me tonight. I would have lost to Utah to Houston these dudes just because of the rivalry that's going on with this thing. So, but I don't think that's the case. I think our boy beat these cats tonight, Shop Powers.
Yeah, it's not that we have a bad time. They just leave a bad taste in our mouth, but it's not like we haven't beat these guys. So I think it's the time just to get out there and beat them. And they are, right, like you said right now, they are kind of decimated. And we need these next 5, 6, 7 wins. I think we could get a nice little 5, 6 game winning streak going on with the next couple of teams that we got going on. So this is just another team that's on the docket tonight. And I hope that we can get out there and be effective on the offense and be real defensive minded tonight as we've been in the last so many games.
Yeah, absolutely. AP, I got you. AP said, I hope we go into the final destination. I've already seen 2 NBA finals. Should I be happy if we make the third one and win it all? Yes, I would be too, man. I'd love to see that. For sure, man. I ain't counting this team out yet, man, because it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. The regular season don't do too much for me when it comes to this stuff. When we get to April, then we lock it for the 16 teams to win 16 games to win a title. That's when all this stuff mean a lot to me. I know that it's a long marathon season. You're going to lose to some of the wackest teams. You're going to beat some of the best teams on any given night. If you don't bring your A game, obviously you can lose to anybody. But the ultimate goal for me is just to make sure that on April the 11th or 12th, we finish the season, that we are healthy. We got 15 healthy guys and go into that field of 16 rounds and try to get to the ultimate destination, like my man AP says. So we're gonna definitely go through some peaks and valleys through the course of an NBA season. That's just the NBA. It's rigorous, it's long, injuries, everything. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, my team's still sitting there 42-25, third in the East. So I don't really got too many complaints with everything that went on in the season. Though we have to critique how they play every night. We're gonna have nights where we want to label Jalen Brunson there's a cat dad or Anunoby sucked. This dude sucked. I get it. You know what I mean? Because they effed up that night. But if you look at the overall everything in totality, we got a good team. We just got to make sure we put this shit together in April, and hopefully we can get to April with everybody healthy. Fritz, and that's what I'm counting on. I'm counting on the Knicks to get to these last 14 games after the night 13. Hopefully we can get to that second seed. I'd love to get the second seed because that's why I really had us winning this whole thing. But Detroit threw a monkey wrench in the game this year. For me, I didn't even see that coming. I knew Detroit would be okay, but I didn't see this. So they kind of threw a monkey wrench in. And what I wanted the Knicks to do was win the whole Eastern Conference and win our division. I still got a shot at them winning the division. that we haven't won the division like 20-something years, so whatever the case may be. So I would love to see him win the division, but if not, as long as we got some first round home court cooking in the playoffs, I'll take that. But tonight we can't take him for granted though, for sure.
Yeah. Injuries has been an issue in the playoffs the last few years, and we've seen Josh Hart all year have back issues, ab issues, and he goes 100% in the off season, but he seems to get injured every off season. I really would like him to rest more down the stretch, but he's out today. Hopefully, that's just more management than actual injury.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Do you think? Let me ask you a question. Do you think we get to a point in this? Would you rather have second in the Eastern Conference, or you feel like third is enough, but we get to maybe 5 or 6 games left, and we think we clinched that top 4? Would you rather pull the players back, knowing that you win the top 4, or you would want to go for that ultimate second spot if obtainable for you?
Right now, it's a unique situation. Usually, you say higher seed, but the teams they're playing going to be playing in the play-in. You got Charlotte, you got Atlanta. So like, just get in there healthy. Just get in there healthy as best as you can, because I think you're gonna have to fight all rounds. Like I don't think there's gonna be. This is a year. I don't think there's a pushover. I don't think there's
8 man, right? Team 18. I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of parity now, man. Like I was with me and Shop Powell and the talking later. I said at the beginning of the season, watch out for the Charlotte Hornets. At the beginning of the season, let me tell you something. When no cats is on, they on. And Fernandez I think it's Fernandez, but like Joey Fernandez, he got them playing good down there, man. And them guys are really gelling. Miami Heat is on a roll. Shop Powell, they playing good basketball. So we can't take no team lightly. I mean, for me, the ultimate goal for me is to be healthy, Shop Howard. But the reason why I want that top 2 or 3, 4, I need that home court advantage, because that means you got to come to MSG, where we are literally right now. Home record is dominant for us, man. So it's hard to win an MSG now. And I think if the Knicks can have that 4-game or 3-game advantage in the playoffs, it might bode well for us, no matter who we play. Because if we can go on the road and win a game, but we know it's hard for team to beat us in the Garden. And that's the reason why I would love that. But the main goal, like Fritz said, is to be healthy, Shop Powell. And I think I'm really confident in either one. But I would love to see us go in there and had that just say we won that division, man. That's what it's really about for me. That we just haven't did it so long. I just want us to win that division and be like, okay, we finally got this thing accomplished, and we got that monkey off our back, Chop out, and we can move on to the next.
Yeah, I of course, as you look at the standards and stuff like that, you kind of want to figure out something. But in the way this thing is setting up, man, Detroit could be some similar way the Cavaliers were last year. Top runners out there, close to 60-game winning streak and all that stuff, and get knocked out. They got knocked out first round or something like that, or knocked out second round or something like that. So, it depends on matchups for me against this New York Knicks team. And, right now it would be like, I think if I'm not mistaken, it was Philadelphia that we would play. I'm happy with that. Let me make sure. I think it was Philadelphia. I think it's Philadelphia right now. So I'm happy with how it breaks down right now. And eventually whoever we go up against, who knows what's going to happen with Detroit? Who knows what's going to happen with the Celtics and stuff like that? 3-6, or it would be Miami Heat now. So, I'm good with the Heat. I'm good with the Magic. I'm good with the Raptors right now in the first round. I'm okay with those teams right there. I'm a little less than the Magic, but I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with those teams right now in the second round, because the way it's looking right now, 76ers is almost. They end up playing, and Houston is in the playing, and those are two good competitive teams to go up against the Hawks and the 76ers for the Raptors and the Hawks for the 7 and 8 position. So let's see what happens, man. It makes a big difference who's in that eighth position going against that first position. That's going to be the whole thing. I believe That's my opinion. I don't. Detroit been dominating all year long and stuff like that, but they really haven't shown it in the playoffs. You want to know how I know they didn't? They haven't shown it in the playoffs because the Knicks beat them last year, and they're going to be a much better competitive team this year. Of course they are, but they're still a very young team. You know what I mean? And let's see what happens. Anything can happen. So I'm not, like I said, right now we're somewhere around the Magic, Orlando's, and those teams like that. I'm happy with a matchup like that.
Yeah, real talk. Let me read this chat, and then I get back at it. APAP said, "Is making it to the finals and not winning a successful season. I don't know how I would feel about that. Make it and deciding, but we've seen that before. 94 still hurts me to this day. Up 3-2, lost 2 straight. Yeah, facts. You know what I mean? I'm at my ultimate. I had the Knicks get into the finals this year. I didn't have them winning. I said I thought if we got past where Tom Thibodeau took us, I would be happy. That'd be another major step. You know, the first year, first round, we went to the second round, we got to the third round, then we got to the fourth round. Then after that, we win it. That's I'm looking at the steps to get there. But it would kind of hurt if we in the finals, right? And we go 7 games and lose. I will probably hurt because I know we went 7 games, we should have won it. I don't know. It's a really tough APAP. I get where you at with that. It's kind of crazy to think like that because I'm like, but I did have the Knicks going to the finals. That was my ultimate. I like, you didn't fire Tom Thibodeau to bring in another coach to get us to the Eastern Conference Final. I just thought that didn't make no sense to me. Like that case, you should have kept Tom Thibodeau. So I'm expecting Mike Brown to get us to where I wanted us to go this year with the Eastern Conference to the finals. The winning it, when you got teams out there like it's some stacked teams in the West, man. And you know, it all depends how we play when we go in there. We on a good roll. If our momentum carrying us in there, we playing the right way. And if we are, I think we got a chance to go in there and win it. We got a talented enough team to win it. That don't mean we will, but we do got the talent on it. We got 2 1A players. We got some good Yanslevy players. We got guys who can play defense both sides of the ball. We got a lot of 3-point shooting. We have the ingredients to me to win a finals. That don't mean we will win it. Like I always say, Knicks could beat anybody, but that don't mean they'll beat everybody. You know what I mean? You know, that's my stick on that. So I don't know. We'll see, man. Let me shout out real quick. Let me shout out chat. Krim's dad, what's good? Good to see you. Krim, what's popping? NYC people, thank you for the super chat, my man. Real talk, what's good, man? Everybody, Jay Cholan, what's good? Suta Brian Acosta, what's good? My man, Nostalgic, what's popping? Nick Yak, what's good, my man? Suta everybody building. Jermaine Royce and my brother, what is good, my man? Real talk, Suta everybody. Hey, Fritz, it's a lot of hot teams in the East right now. They playing good ball, and them like the Hawks, that Kuminga trade worked out well for them. I really believe that was a good trade for them. Charlotte making moves. I think the Tyrese Maxey thing is hurting them bad. Obviously, they lost Tyrese Maxey. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but it's a lot of good teams. But I don't fear none of them. But you can't overlook none of them because like I said, it's crazy in there right now.
Yeah. What we've seen historically, like great teams don't always win it.
That's
so
right.
you could be the best team and not win it. There's been some juggernaut teams like Orlando. Like I didn't think anybody was going to be Orlando when they were in the finals. It's just, yeah, it's a toss up. Like once you get in that fight, who knows what happens once you get to the Eastern Conference Finals and Western Conference Finals. It's just you have to get there, and you have to get there healthy. And you have to have a game plan because at that point it's chess. Yeah, at that point it's just chess. Yeah.
How do you feel about overall? What's your take on Mike Brown first season with the Knicks and the team overall? If you put all the variables in there, the injuries and all this stuff, how are you comfortable with where Mike Brown have got us so far? And do you think he can also take it further? What's your thoughts on Mike Brown and where we at with the team right now?
I think what he's done is necessary. Like he's done more experimenting than the previous coach. So I think he knows like when we're gonna get into the fight, if this don't work, he knows these players have played together and how they kind of look together. Instead of saying, "Hey, this way works," and we're just going to go one way, I think he can be able to make his decision from there. I think last year you could kind of the Knicks didn't use everything. Like you knew, hey, we didn't try this combination. Oh no, we didn't try this. This year we know Mike Brown. he has tried the combinations.
Real.
That's a fact.
He's tried all the combinations. He's played all the rookies. We know everybody who's on the bench. We know what everybody on the bench can give. This is the first time we have everything on the table, and I think that's the big difference with Mike Brown to previous.
Yeah. Chappelle, say what's your thoughts on that, man? How you feel so far? We do this every day, all day on the show, but what's your feeling on Mike Brown and where the team is at and things of that nature? Are you happy with where we at as a team overall? Just the same question I had with Fritz, just from the Mike Brown and our whole team standpoint.
He has done, like Fritz said, some different things this year. You know what I mean? This 3-2 quasi like zone thing that he has tried to implement. Dewara into the rotation, Tyler Kohler getting some minutes this year, changing the guys around, getting new players, and he has some nights, just like with Tibbs, some nights you're like, oh man, I think you should pull this guy a little earlier. You ain't the coach, you just coach it from your crib, right from your TV, watching the game. Get him out. But he sees the bigger picture. You know what I mean? And I think I like some of the lineups that he has going down the stretch. He loves to run this little guy lineup with one big guy. Usually it's Mitchell Robinson with it'll probably be Deuce with Shamuth and Alvarado and maybe a Josh Hart or OG Anunoby with Mitch and stuff like that. So he likes running those things like that. So overall, so far, I can't complain about him because he's winning. You know what I mean? Is there still some things that I would like him to, change up? I guess, you know what I mean? Is it minor or is it major? More towards the minor side of things, you know what I mean? Has he got this team playing a different type of offense than last year? Something similar, more orchestrated, but we seen that this team last year was an offensive team. The defensive was the lesser of the two evils. This team has turned into an offensive juggernaut this year. And I mean, we started talking about it being the five starters last year, and they have surely done that. But now, with less minutes, they're getting better efficiency. You know what I mean? These guys are not playing 30. Well, recently they have, but overall they've been playing more so 31, 32 minutes per game and stuff like that. And that's not like last year. Last year, Josh Hart, 39 minutes, Mikal, 38, 39 minutes, Brunson, 36, 37, and so on and so forth. This year, he's working these guys, playing less minutes, so that means that he's using the bench a little bit more effectively this year for us to have all these wins, in my opinion. So, yeah, so far, so good. You know what I mean? We're almost doubled up on the losses than the wins, and we're looking good down the stretch, and we still got some things to go. For the first year of him being the coach right here, right now, with only 42 and 37, 70-something games left, 60-something games left. 60-something games in the books. I think he's doing a pretty good job. You know what I mean? A little mild stretch that he couldn't get the guys to get on board and stuff like that, but they look more on board now than he did in that skid that we had.
Yeah, I'm pretty much where you and Fritz at. That was my biggest bullseye, ladies and gentlemen, in this season. I was like, when we started the season, my biggest bullseye was Mike Brown, because I knew everybody else. We knew who Jalen Brunson was. We knew what Cat did. We knew all the players. That was my biggest thing. What is my man Mike Brown going to do different than what Tibbs did to get this team where we need them to go to? Because like I said, we knew all the players. Like they got us to the Eastern Conference Finals last year with Tibbs. So we knew we brought a lot of them players back. We brought in Clarkson. Even we know we brought in Clarkson and Yabusele. In the sense, other than last night, we really didn't bring in nobody because Yabusele didn't pan out and Clarkson not even getting no minutes. So we really only new person other than Alvarado, and I'm gonna say Dewara. Them, the team didn't change that much. You know what I mean? We let a lot of older guys go to the campaigns and the Tuckers and the Wrights and things like that. But we brought in the Yabuseles, we brought in the Clarkston, but they not really having an impact on the team. So we almost rolling with the same team that we had last year. But I like what Mike Brown has did with his defense. We are 7th in net rating in the league right now. Our offense is third in the league. And I always said if that defense cracked the top 10, we got a good shot. Because if we can crack the top 10 in defense with a top 3 offense, that means we got a chance to win a lot of games because our defense done caught up to our offense, Shaw Powers. And I think Mike Brown has had his peaks and valleys just like the team. He had his good nights, he had his bad nights. But he had more good nights than bad nights because we 42 and 25. And maybe that might got a lot to do with we got good players too. Even though he might have had a bad coaching night, but we had enough talent to offset his coaching night for that night. Now, so I think with a talented team, you can hide a lot of coaches' mistakes. You know what I mean? And I think that we got a talented team. So if we did make some mistakes, which is fine, nobody perfect, because Tibbs made mistakes. You know what I mean? All coaches make mistakes. But if you got enough talent to correct the mistakes on a certain given night, I think we good. So overall, I'm happy with Mike Brown because I think what's going to help us more is that he has playoff experience too. Like he's been in these big playoff games of what's caused his career. So I think that's going to help us a great deal when we get to the playoffs because Mike Brown has coached in a lot of playoff games, whether it was with the Golden State Warriors, whether when he was with Cleveland, whether he sat behind Pop. He know what it is to be in them big games. You know what I mean? And that gives me a lot of confidence that we get into the playoffs this year. We're not going to have a coach who don't know how to handle all this adversity, all the pressure, how it is to be in that spotlight when you in a win or go home situation. So I'm comfortable with him, and I think he did a good job. Like I said, his numbers don't lie right now, and the team numbers don't lie. So we got to see how it goes. But let's hope that all this stuff he just doing is just setting us up for the playoff because this is his first season. I mean, the man first season in New York. Don't get me wrong, like me and Shaw would say, me and Shaw Powell, everybody say, Mike Brown got handed a Bentley, an AMG. He got handed a top-notch automobile. You know what I mean? He didn't come in here and had to build from scratch. They gave this man a Maybach. I don't care what famous car you want to name. They gave it to him. You know what I mean? So it ain't like Tibbs came in here with nothing but Julius Randle, a bunch of misfits, and he had to build it up to get to his level. Yeah, right. He came with a Toyota Celica. My man here with a 500, 550 AMG kit, everything. So he did a good job so far, man. I can't complain, but let's hope he'll be better when it all counts on Fritz and Shaw Powers and when we get to the playoffs and he really put it down for us. Jay Childer, what's good?
Hey,
what's up? Salute. Fritz, what's popping? Fritz, how you doing?
What's going on?
Good. Yeah, word. They gave Tibbs a dot.
He done shaved his onion. He done shaved that onion. Look at that. He looking crispy clean.
10 years younger.
Yo, I'll be 50 tomorrow, right? And I told my homie a while back, I was like, to one of my teams, I ain't cutting my hair. To one of them win, I ain't cutting my hair. And then one day I looked in the mirror and I looked like a broke hippie. And I was like, you know what? I'm cutting my hair, man. It's done. Fresh.
Good,
fresh. Back to being Italian. Back to the gel. Yo, they gave Tibbs a Datsun. An old Datsun. All right. And now this guy has the keys to the whatever kind of car you like the best. You pick it.
Yeah.
And I was listening for a while until you dropped the line and trying to fix my computer a little bit. And I felt the excitement. I was in the city today, and they're having the UConn game was there today, and all the energy around there. And I went there with my daughter. I let her skip school. We went out there. And I took her shopping for my birthday. How about that? And the excitement around the Garden was just so and everywhere I went, right? I'm wearing this, right? I had this on, the hat, whatever. Everywhere I went, it was go New York, go. I'm talking about every race, female, male, young, old, everywhere. The city is buzzing for the Knicks right now, buzzing. buzzing, and it was exciting. It was exciting, you know. And you know, I really hope that they really optimize everything that they're doing, and Mike Brown optimizes everything and everybody the right way. And to me, that's still only I got a couple questions still about Mike Brown, though he has won me over a little bit more lately. It's still, you know, like, I don't know, man. You guys were saying, Tibbs was given nothing and he made something into it. It kind of reminds me of Kerr, except Kerr had a little, you know, it was like different. They're different coaches, but you know, Golden State pretty much had a pretty good team. You know what I mean? A pretty built team.
Yeah, Martin Jackson left and right.
Left and right. I thought they did him so dirty. You know, I know it's a different situation, but you're right about this. So here's my opinion on it. I want them all healthy. I thought about it between both. I want them all healthy, super duper healthy. But I also want second place. So the truth is, if we could have both, that's my answer. I want both. But if I could only have one, I would pick healthy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think health is wealth, man. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Health is wealth, man. And I think going into playoff healthy is more important than anything. But like I said, the second seed is important. Like I said, because for me, we need to make sure we got that home court advantage. The Knicks is a very good home team, and like I said, I'd rather go to Detroit three times than go to Detroit 4 times. I'd rather go to Boston 3 times than go to Boston 4 times. Because that one last game 7, ladies and gentlemen, you always want that game 7 to be on your home court. You know what I mean? And I just, man, when you got that super fan base behind you, the energy, the electricity in your building, it wills you to win the game, or it wills you to play at your best. So yeah, I like both of them, Jay Chosen. I definitely want the
yeah.
You know, I just got to be greedy. I need that second seed for the New York Knicks to me, just to say, okay, we got that division monkey off our back. That's what I'm really looking for. Now, hopefully we get it, man. We'll see Boston. They lost the other night. You know, they got a game tonight. We do too, but let's see if we can, not tonight, tomorrow night, but we know we win tonight, we'll be a game out. But then they play tomorrow and we don't. They win and lose. They lose, we'll be a half a game out. But we'll see how it goes. But pretty much brother here, man, we get it popping. Mr. Nick Nation. What's good, my man? What's popping, my brother?
What's good, brothers? What's good? Divine Shot Powers, my man Fritz. And look at the new guy. Who's the new guy with the clean shaved up face? Look at that. All washed up and all that. Look at him looking all clean.
Jay Chosen's baby brother came on the show today.
Word. Yo,
boy, was like he just came out of church. Look at him.
I'm Jay Chosen Jr. Nice to meet you.
Hey, how's it going, guy?
I proved that mess, my man. I proved the mess.
Yeah, no doubt. I gotta go get the gel out.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt.
You put the Staten Island special on? Did you put the Staten Island Moose? You got to have the Staten Island Moose.
It's always on, brother.
Yeah, you see that, bro? That's like, ooh, still different. The Italians in Staten Island a little different. They come with a kit. You got to get the Staten Island kit.
No. The Staten Island. This is too weak. We got too much to talk about basketball. But I can tell you the difference in about 5 seconds. But I'm not gonna do it. We all family. We're all family. Tangs.
It's so good.
Everybody. But there's a major difference.
Yep. Let the nation get in here. Give me a spill. You heard we were talking about the nation about the conversation was about Mike Brown so far in his first season. How you feel about where we at as a team? Let me piggyback off that. Then we go to my man Frick and finish up.
If anything, like as far as about Mike Brown in this season, you know, I definitely heard you guys as far as his experiment, and I agree. He definitely has experimented way more than anything that Tibbs had even thought about as far as giving any of these guys, a chance at all. And, and I'm grateful and us to Diawara and us understanding that, this could definitely be a strong point of our future. So I'm excited that he did that. But Leon Rose, I tie this also with Leon Rose as well. And I heard you guys, because the other night we were talking about some of the same similar things. And I feel the same, that this is pretty much close to last year's team as it is. I don't think that the people that he has truly brought in, I don't think he's helped us much in that department this year. You guys are right. He was handed gold as opposed to, as opposed to Tibb. Tibb was handed some water, some seeds, and some manure, and say, "Here, make this crop grow." And we as much as we send out the hate on, a lot of people send out the hate on Tibbs and other things, we have to remind ourselves that the base of this, of that growth came from that coach. So,
That's fact.
That's fact.
Leon, because there was a lot of times Leon didn't hand him, the tools that he needed, and he did the best that he could with it, So he got us to a plateau, and a lot of us felt that way, that he would get us there to a certain plateau. He just wouldn't get us over the hump. A lot of us kind of suspected that. We've seen it with other teams, and and other things, So, but how I feel on Brown, I'm not going to say that I'm concrete on Brown, because for some reason, to me, he just seems like he can't truly get control of a situation, of certain situations on a team, of how his offense should be run and how his defense should be run at times. I don't know if it's personnel. I'm not sure at all, but the inconsistencies, I'm not even going to say is of Towns, because I think Towns, for a lot of part now, has captured it, and I think he has it down pat. Brunson, to me, is still hunting what exactly he needs, who he needs to be in this team moving forward. And our wings just been seriously down, up, down, up, down. And it's always been my belief is that if our wings are on point, it really doesn't matter as much as our two superstars are doing, if they have average games. But if our wings are on point, I haven't seen a game where our wings are on point and we lost. I just haven't. I could have missed it some here or there, but to me, when those guys are playing well, we're world beaters. But when they're not, we look like that up and down roller coaster. So I don't want to talk too much over it, but I appreciate you guys. And big shout out to the chat. And hey, everybody out there, it's a lot looking. Hit that thumbs, please. It's free.
And real quick, just to piggyback, change the conversation. And that's the reason why I try to give a little bit of leeway to Mike Brown, because like what you just said, if our wings is not, if our players not doing what they're supposed to do, it does fall on the coach. You know what I mean? And then the Yabusele trade, the Clarkson trade, that shit ain't pan out. It just ain't pan out, bro. So really, Mike Brown was rolling with the team, and right, even with Alvarado right now, he had one good game when he came to New York, and every now and then everything is 50-50. So, and that's the reason why I always try to make sure I use all the variables with this stuff, because Mike Brown didn't think that Mikal and Josh Hart were going to have these type of seasons. He didn't think Yabusele wasn't going to contribute to the team. He didn't think that these guys wasn't performing. And sometimes I always say, everybody can get it. He could get it and the players can get it. But like I said, sometimes we got to look at these players, like Nick Nation just said. Our wings been. I only one I can say to me, I think Anunoby had a good season, ladies and gentlemen.
OG, I'm about to say OG has been solid.
Out of the equation, now you can say Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges, but Anunoby had a good year despite going down with that injury. With that kind of threw his rhythm off. But I think
two injuries.
Two injuries, right? But yeah, that's why it's so hard to kind of, like I want to say Mike Brown, I want to give him a good grade, but I do understand, like you also got good players that's keeping you from having bad grades too. So the jury's still out on Mike Brown for me, but I think he's haven't done a good job under the circumstances, because you talking about I don't think he came into the season thinking that Mitchell Robinson was going to play every other game. I don't think he came in the season thinking that Yabusele wasn't going to do nothing. You know what I mean? I don't think he didn't even think that some of these players just didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? And I think that also we got to take that into consideration sometime. But I think now we go into the playoffs healthy. I do believe Mike Brown is an intelligent enough coach because the man's records don't speak for itself. The numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. He got a high winning percentage than Tibbs do. You know what I mean? He done been to the final with LeBron James. He done been, I think he got a good enough acumen and a record to get us over there, Fritz and Shaw Powell and everybody. So I I want to see when it all counts in the playoffs. I'm going to leave my reservation for it because the regular season is the regular season. You know, we go through all the peaks and valleys, all the bad games, the good games. That just, that's the. But to me, I'm judging Mike Brown in April.
Yeah,
I'm gonna judge him in April. Like you got to get me farther than Tibbs got us. We brought you here for that reason, and that's what I'm gonna judge Mike Brown. The critiquing in the regular season that says it is what it is. You know what I mean? But we got to see what's coming. If the playoff come, he can get us further than Mike Tibbs. Then the Knicks made the right move. If he don't get it further than Tibbs did, then the Knicks made the wrong move. Because that's what it seems like.
That's my thing. But that's my thing, Divine. Can we truly just say for one season? Like, I think that was unfair right off the jump street.
Facts.
Is putting him in and putting those high expectations as far as a point of a championship. Because I think anything, it's a new system, how you run your personnel, I think it has to be built. And I don't think that a team can truly be locked in on one string in the first year of a new system because of the nuances of it. And it seems like that's what we keep repetitively going to. Each time we, go against different personnel, different defenses, all of a sudden our wings who don't really understand their solid roles seem to do that up and down thing again. So I just think it's just, just throwing my 2 cents in as far as about that. But it's just that, to me, that is hard because we also have to recognize this is New York where this ain't Indianapolis. This is you got politics, all kind of outside pressure. He's got a lot coming at him, and then all of a sudden, just to say, "Hey, yeah," and then have our owner tweet it again. He just tweeted it again about expectations about as far as we should be able to get there. We have to get there as far as the championship. I think it's unfair pressure on him.
I'm going to piggyback on real quick on that and a slight pushback on that. I've been waiting to say that to you for a long time. Yes and no. Okay. Yes, I do agree. You get in there first year, right? And the team has been climbing every year. No matter what, we can't say nothing. We can say whatever we want, right? Remember in the beginning of last year, all we kept saying is, especially here, they're professional athletes. They should be able to play every game. They should be able to do that. And then once we saw them getting tired, we started realizing, okay, he's not subbing people in. They do need a little time off. They do need a little of that, right? If he was going against, let's say Leon said something to him and he was going against that, then shame on Tibbs, right? But the fact of the matter is that they wanted to be out there. They had to fight Bridges and Hart to get out of that lineup. There's another thing about this too. He brought us all like from the Datsun to the Maybach, right? And when this guy came in, yes, it's unfair in a lot of ways, but like Divine said, he has a jacket. Right, LeBron. He played with he coached all these teams. He has a jacket. It's not brand new to him. And there's things that he's done this year that he's lost me on, and a lot of people. Right, so I'm going to say that. I'm going to say the very first thing that Devon said in this. To me, Jerry's still out on it because coaching. Being friends with, running a system, pick one. You can't do it. You can't be all of them on your first year. And I think that he should have stuck with coaching. because he was doing in the beginning, finding out who the players were. We're going to run a few of these guys 10 minutes a night until we find out what the lineup is going to be, and we're going to run them, and that was fine. But then when he didn't stick up for the cat thing, and then he didn't do the other thing, and he's not getting up and coaching, and he's never standing up and shouting out stuff, there's got to be a middle point. Every coach gets up and moves around and does stuff, and I didn't see that from this man. So for me personally, I'm not super thrilled. I think the team has brought this far. I'm not going to count him out because he has a resume, but I'm not super thrilled with the signing. And that's me. Listen, and this is all my own personal feelings. It's not brought to you by the show. This is brought to you by me. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that I applaud the man for wanting to be. He was so excited when we won the Emirates Cup.
Yep. Well, let me hold up for a minute. Let me kind of cut it short. But let me say this one thing about this whole situation. Mike Brown last week in a press conference. This is Mike Brown, now not Divine's mouth. Mike Brown said, "I believe my team is good enough to win the championship. That's why it's no pressure." He put the pressure on himself. He literally said this last week at a press conference. I believe my team is good enough to win a championship. And listen. I could see if they came in with a bunch of average players. Mike Brown got 2 1A players, some good play. He got a championship roster there. So I'm not expecting Knicks to win a championship. I'm expecting New York Knicks to get to the final. You cannot have a $187 million roster with 2 superstar all NBA players and a bunch of good defense. We got to put the expectations on him because you know why? He put them on himself. Mike Brown said his team is good enough to win a championship. That's coming from the horse's mouth. So if he believed that, I know I believe it even before I thought he believed it. This team is good enough to win a finals. They got talent down there. We could critique this team all day long on every day of the 82 days. They suck here, they suck there. But at the end of the day, when they get in that field of 16 games, from 16 to 1 to 16, first round, second round, third round, fourth round, the New York Knicks got there last year with a bum roster, a bum bench last year. That bench was bum last year.
I don't think the Knicks deserved to be there last year, actually, honestly.
And that's what that. But to me, that tells me how talented of a team we got too. Listen, Jalen Brunson ain't no scrub, ladies and gentlemen.
Once you get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think it happens.
I think they get there. I think they get there. I think they beat all of them.
Historically bad shooting, Boston would have beat us. It wasn't our game plan was so great. It wasn't because Tibbs was so great. It's just it was that Boston has historically bad shooting. Detroit had kept it close, but their bad shooting couldn't bring them through. That's stuff that you cannot as a coach influence. But the thing is your game plan solid? Is your game plan solid and we lose to another team who just got hot? I'm okay with that. Like they shoot 33s, they hit 33s, they ball out their mind. That's fine. But when your game plan was just bad and flawed and we lost, okay, then we can start talking about your job. But I'm not gonna hang it on the result because our result last year, our great result, was a result of some historically bad play by certain players.
Let me ask you a question.
I think it's a mixture, though. I'm gonna say it was a mixture. They might have had that, but
let me let Shaq out get a heated pace away. But let me say this here: when we played Boston in the playoffs last year, Boston was up 20 on us in 2 games. They were up 20 on us, 20 in 2 games.
Yep.
So they defense sucked down the stretch because we came back and bust their defense ass. But that's their ball game. I always said that you live and die by your style of play. Boston was whooping everybody ass all year with them 3-point. But I said, you know what? They're gonna die on that hill because that's not a high percentage shot. Now when you run into a team who defense might be clicking, which the Knicks defense was at the end of this last year in the second half of the season, New York defense was on fire. Mitch had got back. Knicks defense went from there to here. And when they ran into Boston, I was like, Knicks gonna beat them. You know why? Because all they do, and y'all can look at me and Sean Powell and talk about it all the podcast. Every time we had, only thing they do is shoot 3-point shots. They're gonna lose to the Knicks because that means if the Knicks defend that 3-point line, you don't got nothing else. And that's what happened. We even called it when I'm like, listen, the Knicks gonna beat them because they live and die by the 3-point shot. You know what the Knicks did last year that they didn't do? We got cats can shoot inside and outside. We got big cat can shoot outside, inside. Brunson go outside, inside. And they didn't have dudes like that. Yeah. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and Derek White and them shooting jump shots, just bang, bang. So they were the one-dimensional team. And we literally said this before this. That's a one-dimensional team. All they do is shoot threes. They're going to get smoked against the Knicks. They're going to get smoked because that's all that your game plan was to guard a 3-point line.
Yep.
That pretty much was, and that's what we called that too. I'm no lie. We said Boston would get beat by the Knicks because they are a one-dimensional team. All they do is shoot threes, nothing else, and that's what happened.
Damn sure did talk about them shooting every time we talked about them. Every time. You're right. 100% right.
Their portfolio wasn't diversified enough. Their portfolio wasn't diversified enough.
If they shot average, the result would have been different. But if they shot average, the result would have been different. But I just think it's a toss-up. Like you cannot say, hey, the coach pushed us through. It's the players on the court. So I'm not going to hold his whole future on if Josh Hart is hitting enough threes. It's just if he does his part, his job is safe.
Yep, that's the way it goes. It's tough. Shot Powers. Listen, we got to get around the horn. I wish we would have had this conversation earlier. Would have been that's a great conversation.
Really, me too. Oh God,
a lot of things, but it is the pregame show. It's the Knicks and the Pacers. I mean, you know what? New York Knicks 134, Pacers 107. The Warrior gets a pop in tonight because everybody else ain't playing. I'm gonna keep it simple tonight. Shop Alex. I'm gonna go 134. No, I'm gonna go 135, 107. New York Knicks. The Warrior, big game. His first 20-point game with the Knicks, I think maybe tonight. I'm looking for the Warrior to really get a pop against the Indiana Pacers tonight, man. I'm
gonna be short and sweet too. I just don't like the team, so I want the Knicks to win. Period. Right. And I got the Knicks winning 125-97. I know this team always gives us a hard time and all the other hoopla. I think tonight is the night that we change the tide. And my play of the game tonight is going to be, I'm going to go with one of the starters. I'm going to give Mikal Bridges the grace tonight. To break out of his bad shooting night, get out there and hit 6 3-pointers for us tonight. 125-97, New York Knicks.
Jay Chosen, go ahead.
No doubt.
Fritz closed it out for us.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Listen, man. I don't care who they got on their team, who's healthy for us. We need to put our foot on their neck tonight, period, and start rolling upward, period. All right, 30 assists is my call. And I'm gonna call 124 to 107. 124 to 107. And my player is going to be the captain. I believe he's gonna have a crazy game.
I said 135. Last game was 134. I lied. Why I said 134? Dead on the other game. So yeah, good one, Jay Chosen.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go. You know me. I just want to win. The score thing, you know how it is. Because even the other night, you saw how we thought that, hey, blow. But I would say 105 to 96.
Oh wow, you going low scoring game? Okay. Fritz, this is something we do, man. We
the issues.
on this on our show for years. We just put out these imaginary scores to see who come close the next day. We know it's all about winning the game, but this is what we've been doing, to see where I do it for the reason why I could critique my team. What do I think my team's gonna do that night? Is our offense gonna be good enough to score these many points? That's why I do it. That helps me master the game. Is my defense gonna play good tonight? Can my defense hold it? Is my offense good enough tonight? That's why I do the prediction, because it helps me see where my team is at. So we don't hold nobody to it. I just do that to say where I think our team is at when it comes to offense and defense for sure.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the battle of the small point guards. I think it's gonna be Alvarado, 20 points, 5 steals. I
hope so, my man.
Oh man, your lip guys is
falling 131 to 108.
Okay.
I like that.
I like that. Yeah, it's just something you have to see what how good is your team. And I like if I believe the Knicks bring their A game on any given night, they could put this number up. They 3rd in the offense in the league right now. They 7th in defense. So they doing that by holding teams to a certain point. They 3rd in the league by scoring a certain amount of points. And I just base my life off the number. The numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? Everything else is what it is. But at the end of the day, can the Knicks offense against their defense score 130 points? Or can the Knicks defense against that team's offense stop them from getting a certain amount of points? And I just do that to keep myself in tune to what my team is doing. You know what I mean? I always try to live by the numbers when it comes to this team. Everything else is that, it is what it is. But I think they can get it done tonight, man. Like I said, this team is a pain in our ass. Real talk, man. Like I said, this goes back to Reggie Miller and Rick Smits and Patrick Ewing and the Davis boys, Carmelo Anthony, Hubert. You know what I mean? So this is a rivalry that out of any other game, I don't care how bad this team played this year. I hope the Knicks spank the crap out these dudes. Because why? They beat us in the 3rd round last year, and the year before they beat us in the 2nd round. I cannot stand these jokers, man. I'm keeping them 100 with you. So
even back to way block Carmelo. Who was that? What was his name?
Roy Hibbert.
It was Hibbert, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Hibbert. Oh man, don't even say his name.
You know what's crazy about that though? Carmelo Anthony, they based that game off that one block shot. I was telling people it was a pivotal point of the game. You still had 3 or 4 minutes left in the game, though. You know what I mean? And everybody kind of try to blame Melo for the long. No, he blocked a shot with 3 or 4 minutes left. They still had plenty of chances to win the game. It was a momentum changer, but that wasn't the reason why they lost that game to Indiana because he blocked Melo's shot. Because I think when he blocked Melo's shot in that game, it was around like 3:40 to 4 minutes left in that game. I think it was. And Knicks had ample opportunity to go win that game, but I think that was a momentum changer. I like that shit changed the momentum. But Roy Hibbert was a shot blocker. Carmelo tried to throw it on the door, but it was all good, man. But listen, man, Fritz, thank you for coming in, my man. Appreciate you. And y'all make sure y'all go check out the brother on the Economy Show. Y'all already know how it go. This man got all the intel you need to know. For real, man. Y'all make sure y'all support the brother and everything he do in the community, man. Fritz, we appreciate you coming on Knicks Real Talk tonight, man. For real. Blessings with your presence, man. Jay Choden, Nick Nation, y'all know how we do. Child Power, you know how we do. And everybody, super chats, man. I appreciate y'all. APAP, NYC, B-Ball, everybody, Brian Acosta, everybody. Thank y'all for the chat tonight, man. Let's go get this game, man. The Knicks ready to get back to the East Coast, man. I know they like, damn. We've been on the road for so long. I know they're ready to get in their own beds, get back in their own gyms or whatever the case may be, get back to the Garden. We got the Warriors Sunday, 8:00 game, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday night, Knicks and Warriors. Hopefully we can beat them guys, man, and we be at 44 wins, man. We'll be looking good. Boston got a tough game coming up against the Thunder. Pretty soon. No, not the Thunder. I meant late on in the week. We got the Boston Celtics also, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I hope they lose a game or two and we win a game or two. Then we got them, I think, next week sometime. And that might be that chance we get to that second season. So we got a 4th schedule left in the NBA. So it could bode well for us, man, if we keep this thing going. We see how it goes. But just thank everybody for coming in. Shaw Power, Jay Choden, Nick Nation, Jay Choden, little brother. Man from the
Virgin. The Virgin.
Jay chose the Virgin.
Jay Choden with the fresh cut, bro. I ain't fresh. I did cut mine the other day, though. I ain't good.
Yo, you know why? I'm turning 50 tomorrow. So, you know.
Well, I can go back.
See you tomorrow. See you
Yeah, I'll see you
tomorrow.
tomorrow for sure.
Yeah,
No doubt.
Peace,
listen,
See you guys
man.
tomorrow.
yo, peace to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all do enjoy the show, man. Like I said, the game ain't lackluster, but it ain't like high performance, but it's the Pacers, so we got to deal with it, man. These cats at the bottom of the league, 15th in the association, so let's get it. Everybody enjoy the game, and we see y'all on Sunday, man. Peace.
No doubt. Peace.
Real talk.
Yes, sir.
You are now about to witness
Knicks real talk just entered the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't use our YouTube frugal with stats as usual facts. It's your man, the brand is hands on, going hard like calluses. Who's style just aiming at your mental with the game analysis on a pregame show. Read the script, you know we get it like crypto in the rip though. I cyber decrypted, we locked them from the get go. On this Knicks show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like salt. The KRT drip club leading up the tip off. We flew by confidence, put your Nick content in beast mode like my charm. We a cheat code, we roll the bar too far for you to reach on. We get our teach on the show that's fire. Price Knicks going to the wire. Hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, career popped up from the third eye, you heard why. It's the number one pregame show that's hitting like Soto. So picture the photo of your bro to the lens of that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding on orange blue skies. In the Metropolitan, we connect in the vets go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming on major platforms and passion fans asking who the creed that's in the building killing this Knicks assassin.
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire! He's on fire! He's on fire!
Happy birthday, Jay Chosen. Peace.